I'm so worried about this because it is something that I feel is a huge problem for me, because anything I want, and I have the money, I will always want to get it. If not, I'm not going to be at peace. And especially when it comes to even, things like coffee, like, edible things, coffee machines. I spend so much money on these things that I feel like I'm wasting my money away. How much can I really save up to start having a big white house? Okay, I might have land investment now, but like, the building of the house is something that you need so much money for. And sometimes I feel like, how much do I really start saving now? Like, should I start saving $1 per day, £1 per day? Like, it's so much. Hi guys, so here are the 5 financial mistakes I believe set me back a whole lot, because if I had taken care of them earlier on, I might have been better off financially right now, or I might even be considered a rich girl. So let's just dive right into it. The very first one being starting my investment journey in my 30s. Yes, 30s is not too late to start your investment journey, don't get me wrong, but if I started in my 20s, I would have been much better off, because after reading financial books, I found out that like the earlier you start, the better off you are in your investment journey. Especially, starting in your 20s, you have much more advantage compared to someone who starts in their 30s, obviously, because you are 10 years set apart. Someone who starts in their 20s have much more opportunities to reap the effects of compounding. You have more knowledge about investment, you have more, opportunities over increased risk, more advantage over inflation. There are just so many benefits of starting your investment journey earlier on in your life, especially when you're in your 20s and you have the opportunity and you have the income. It is wiser to start early on. But for me now, I'm in my 30s already, and I started at this point in my life. Rather than saying, okay, why did I not start in my 20s, but it is still much more, pleasing to know that, okay, I've even started my investment journey. It's just that I am 10 years, later than I should have been. So at any stage at which you are in your life now, if you've not started your investment journey, it is wiser you start. It's better off than not even starting at all. So starting my investment journey in my 30s is one thing that I believe set me back. Obviously this is 10 years later. I'm doing good. I feel like I'll still reap the benefits of investment. Just imagine if I had waited in my 40s, that would have been much worse. So the earlier you start your investment journey, the better off you are financially over the long run. You have so much advantage compared to someone who does not even start, or who starts later than you. So this is one thing that I feel set me back financially. The second one being not starting a business. This is something that I always, think about all the time. I keep regretting, but I still feel like it's not too late. But, I've always wanted to own a business. I have so many ideas in my mind that, like business-wise, but I always manage to convince myself out of, starting a business. I don't just know what it is about business, but, business is not easy. Starting and owning a business is not easy. So I always envy those who are able to, start a business from scratch, manage it up to become a very profitable company. Like, it is so much work, but it's something that I feel like, has set me back financially, because I have this bunch of ideas in my head, but to actualize it, I always feel like I always feel more comfortable investing than starting a business. But it's something that if I'm still given the opportunity today, I will still start. I feel like I need the right partner when it comes to starting a business, because obviously I cannot do it alone. But if you're out there watching and you have the right business mindset, maybe it's just you're being set back financially, and me, I'm ready to fund any business as long as it's a legit business, it's a legit partnership. So starting a business is something that I feel set me back financially, because till tomorrow I'm still going to, one way or the other, I believe I'm still going to be owning a business. It's just maybe not the one that I will directly manage or put my all in, because I don't know why, I just feel like I can't seem to manage a business, because I started one earlier, funny enough, but obviously it went so starting a business, I want to start one that I will be in it for a long haul. I like it, if you are passionate about something, you're much more likely to put your all and all in it. Maybe that is why the other one failed, or I believe one other thing that caused it was because I lacked the right marketing skills. Because for someone who has a chemistry background, like I have so many prospects when it comes to manufacturing. I always think about these things, but to actualize it has always been a problem. But I believe the future is still bright. I'm just in my 30s, I can still do so many things. So obviously starting a business is one thing I feel set me not starting a business is one thing I feel set me back financially, and I'm definitely going to be doing it one way or the other. So this next one being not being a big risk taker. Oh god, you see how I said just now that I've been so afraid of starting a business because I believe I can't manage it properly. This one, being a big risk taker, like, is not something that is for me. I'm so fearful when it comes to, like, investments, losing all my money. There are so many worries and so many fears, but you know how they say the higher the risk, the higher the reward. I know maybe to somebody out there I might be like the biggest risk taker. I'm always ready to put myself out there when it comes to investment and whatnot, but within me, I'm a very fearful person. Like, I don't want to lose all my hard work, especially being that like, you've saved this money for so long, or for you to lose it in one swoop. That is not what anybody wants, and it's not the dream of anybody. So I am one of this. So I try to be as careful as I can when it comes to investing, where I put my money, what I do with my money. Like, the only consolation I always give myself is trying to diversify my investment as much as possible, and making sure to have emergency funds, because I don't want anything to come up tomorrow and then like, I'm all in tears. But although I try to live life one step at a time, I try to enjoy myself, enjoy my life as much as possible. But taking risks sometimes will definitely give you reward, especially when it comes to, like, investing your money, not just keeping it in your bank where you have no control over inflation. Your money might be losing value. But if I was not a fearful person, I believe I would have had so much more returns compared to where I am in my investment journey, where I am financially. So even now, I feel like I've taken too much risk already when it comes to investment, because look at the stock market now. I invested like 1,300. Over the course of time, I've even invested more than that. But when I look at my account and I see $700, I'm like, oh wow, my money has all gone. But the only consolation is that this is a long-term investment. Stocks is not something that you put your money today and you take it out tomorrow. So there's so much chance for that my 1,300 to become 2,600 tomorrow. So I just try to remove my mind from there. I don't even go to my stock account, because if not, you're going to be having high blood pressure, and I don't want that for myself. So that is the only consolation I give myself. But I'm a very fearful person, because if not, I would have put so much more into that account or into my stock account. But another thing again, safe, like the fact that Nigeria, like our dollar, every day dollar goes up. Like, there's so many worries, especially, I guess why I'm even fearful is more of the Nigerian factor, because now today dollar is 500 to a dollar, tomorrow it is 900. Right now it is already more than 960 naira to a dollar. Just imagine, like, how much can you really put into your investment or into your stock? So all this is eat into, like, why I'm even afraid of investing, or why I'm afraid of losing all my money in one place. So if I was not as fearful as I am right now, maybe I would have been much more better off, or I would have even been a rich girl. So the next one being not setting a financial goal. You might look at me now, or someone who knows me might look at me now and think, oh, like, this girl is living the perfect life, but like, I'm so scared of the fact that I don't have like a financial goal. And this is majorly because I like to live life one step at a time. Like, I like to live it as the day comes. But this one is something that really scares me, because for me, who likes to live one day at a time, I'm so scared that like, because I've not found something I'm so passionate about to set a goal for, I feel like I'm setting myself back financially. Maybe before the time I find something I'm so passionate to start saving for, or to start working towards, it might be too late. Because like, some of the things people set financial goals for, like building a house, having that perfect wedding, okay, you start saving up for it. Let's leave the wedding aside, but like the fact that, like, okay, I want a big white house, maybe because sometimes I feel like these things are not something that is easily achievable, especially like building a house. Obviously everybody will want to have their own house. I would love to have my own house, especially like a white house. But when I think of the financial implication of owning a white house, or a big white house, it's not something that like, how much can I really save up to start having a big white house? Okay, I might have land investment now, but like the building of the house is something that you need so much money for. And sometimes I feel like, how much do I really start saving now? Like, should I start saving $1 per day, 1 naira per day? Like, it's so much. it's something that really scares me. I need to set a financial goal for myself because I feel like I'm limiting myself financially. Because if I have a goal, I'm more likely to work towards it, to start saving. I need to find something that I'm really passionate about, something that I really want. Because the perfect wedding is not something that I'm so passionate about. I can, wing it. I can have the definition of perfect wedding is different for everybody. So it does not mean that it will require like all your income or all your savings to have a perfect wedding. Building a house is something that will require a lot of money. Even though I want to start, I don't know if I'm okay to start investing in or to start saving for building a house right now. Anyway, it's a dream. I might just take it up a notch, but I want something else that I'm so passionate about to be able to set a financial goal for myself, because then I would be more likely to start saving up for it. I really need a financial goal because I feel this is really limiting my ability to save. Because coming up to the next point I'm going to be talking about, you find why I'm so worried about not having a goal. This is one thing that I feel like is limiting me financially. I need to set a financial goal. You would understand why I said that I'm so scared that I don't have a financial goal now, because this one is spending excessively on online shopping platforms. Oh boy, like I'm so worried about this because it is something that I feel is a huge problem for me, because I love anything I want and I have the money. I will always want to get it. If not, I'm not going to be at peace. Like, let's say I want this shoe, I want this clothes, I want this, and especially when it comes to even things like coffee, like edible things. I'm not really more of the fashionista, so I don't really invest so much in clothes, especially even knowing that the ones I don't have anywhere to wear them to. So I don't really interest myself about clothes. But like things like just little things like this, kitchenwares, food items, like coffee machines. I spend so much money on these things that I feel like I'm wasting my money away. Maybe if I had a financial goal, like I said in the fourth point, maybe I would have spent less on this online platform, because now I will have somewhere to channel the money to. Like, this is such a worry for me, because like only this year alone, the amount of money I've spent on platforms like Amazon, AliExpress, it is worrying for anybody that will hear about the amount. I just don't want to even put myself up for judgment right now, because I've spent so much money on these platforms that it is worrisome, like seriously. But I think the only consolation for me right now is the fact that I like to live one day at a time. I can't really kill myself but I only try as much as I can to while I'm shopping or while I'm doing these things that I love to do, I still try to have investments here and there. I still try to save, have emergency funds and do all the necessary things. But the major thing is I feel like I need a financial goal for me to be able to channel the money I spend on these online shopping platforms to something more meaningful, something more tangible, that I can say, okay, I'm working towards this, so I'm not going to be spending this money. I don't know if that is possible anyway, but I feel it is something that will still help me a long way in trying to stop my love for shopping on online platforms. AliExpress, you can reach out to me. Guys, so these are the 5 financial mistakes I believe has been setting me back financially, or limiting my ability of becoming a rich girl, like I feel like I deserve. Obviously, right now, if I'm working towards a goal, if I have something I'm working towards, if I'm a big risk taker, there are so many things that I'm doing right now, or I find myself doing, that has been setting me back financially. So I would like to hear from you. Do you do any of these things I've talked about in this video, or do you feel like there are things that I can easily change? Do you want to hold me accountable? Because I really need you guys to hold me accountable. Maybe that will help me to become better at these 5 mistakes I've talked about, and will help me to get out of them easily. But do you do any of these financial mistakes, or do you have any other financial mistakes, or any mistakes you feel like has been setting you back financially? I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. Click that like button, subscribe to this channel, join the family, guys, because here we are going to be discussing everything money. We need to grow financially, we need to grow as people, self-development, growth, everything, just you name it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay tuned for more content. Bye. Stay peacefully so.